She's escorted by her parents, Rhonda and Michael. Her future plans include going to Alfred State to study business and culinary. Her favorite memory is being accepted and included while cheering for Calmom Byron-Bergen, funny practices and new friends, and having an amazing team at Bergen that is so supportive. Congratulations, Sarah. Our other cheerleader is not here today, but it is Bianca Brumstead. She will be attending Chatham University to study criminology and psych. Her favorite memory were the competitions, attending boys basketball games, doing makeup and hair, and spending time with her teammates. Congratulations, Bianca. And now for our football players. Number 6, Sebastian Kreske. He is escorted by his parents, Mark and Mariana Kreske. This is his first year playing varsity football. His favorite memories include just having the opportunity to kick this season. He is a 4-year member of the varsity soccer team at Calmom, a 5-year member of the varsity track team, and a 2-year member of the indoor track team. He plans to attend MCC for either criminal justice or something in the medical field. He would like to thank his parents for always being so supportive of his high school sports career, giving him the freedom to play whatever sport he wants. Congratulations, Sebastian. Number 11, Xavier Thomas. He is escorted by his mother, Sarah Howe. This is his second year of varsity football. His favorite memories include being a part of the CMBB team and the culture. He is a high honor roll student, and he also participates in track. He plans to attend college for business or biology. He wants to thank his parents for all the rides to and from games, practices, and for their support along the way. Congratulations, Xavier. Next is number 31. Next is number 31, Ben Capistegano. He is escorted by his parents, Carrie and Robert. This is his first year of varsity football. His favorite memory is just having fun with the team. He is also a member of the soccer and wrestling teams at Byron-Bergen. Next year, he plans to enter the Workers Union, and he would like to thank his family for always being there and being supportive. Congratulations, Ben. Our next senior is number 51, Seth Gaminiak. He is escorted by his parents, Randy and Tammy Gaminiak. This is his second year of varsity football. His favorite memories for football include going undefeated during his first year of JV football. He also participated in wrestling at Calmom and will be running outdoor track in the spring. He plans to enter the workforce next year, and he would like to thank his parents for all the love and support throughout his years of high school. Congratulations, Seth.
Yes.
I just want to say thanks for all you're doing with the coverage. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
It's kept us going through this whole.
I have fun with it. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, it is fun. The kids love it too. So thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
No, my son loves it. So.
Our next senior is number 55, Nick Lenhart.
Yeah.
He is escorted by his parents, Sherry, Joe, and his brother, Ian
My husband
Lenhart.
and I both played. Yeah. We had fun.
This is
It's a little
Nick's
different back in the
third
day.
varsity football season.
Yeah.
His
Nice.
favorite memory
Scott's
is getting
older
pulled up to
siblings
varsity his
didn't watch,
freshman
by the way,
year
too.
and being a part of a
I've been
sectional
really impressed
championship
with the way he's
team.
been able to shoot the
Yeah,
ball.
he had
Oh
fun.
my
This
God.
Nick
fun
is also
years. Too
a
bad it was cut
four-year
short,
wrestler
but-
and was a
yeah.
state
So
qualifier
thank you, though. You did a
during the
great
2020
job.
season.
Have a great,
He plans
have
to
a great game
attend
and good
RIT to study computer science. Nick's message to his parents: I would like to thank you and Ian for always supporting me during my sports seasons. I could not be where I am today without you. Congratulations, Nick. Our next senior is number 72, Devin Hype. He's escorted by his grandparents, Wayne and Ardell Heinz. This is his second year of varsity football. His favorite football memory includes playing his first full game on both offense and defense. He's also a wrestler for the Byron-Bergen team. He plans to finish his career pathway in P-Tech. And he would like to thank his family for coming to every game. They made it fun, and it wouldn't be possible without them. Congratulations, Devin. And let's have another round of applause for our senior cheerleaders, players, and parents.
There he is.
Dude, you're bundled up like it's the middle of winter.
I'm cold, man. I get cold. I don't run hot. I run cold. Hey, so. Here, you're sitting over here. You gotta go like around.
afternoon and welcome to Caledonia Mumford. Good afternoon and welcome to Caledonia Mumford. By attending the game tonight, you are attesting that you have not tested positive or been in close contact with anyone who has tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 14 days, within the last 24 hours, have not had symptoms of COVID-19 and or a fever of 100 degrees, are not returning from travel that would require you to quarantine. If you do not meet these conditions, we kindly ask you to leave the facility.
Cough, cough.
And now, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the guns bursting in air, came through the night as our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Alex Braske, alongside Nate Ryder, here to bring you another exciting Section 5 football matchup on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. Today's broadcast features the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the host, the Byron-Bergen Raiders at Hamilton Field in Caledonia. Notre Dame enters at 1-0. Byron-Bergen enters at 0-1. Before we get a few words from Nate, let us please thank our sponsors, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, Casella Waste. Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture. For 40 years, the Harding family has been here to help furnish homes with flooring, furniture, and bedding. At Harding's Attica Furniture, you are assured quality and professional service from the moment you are greeted, whether it be on the phone or at the door. Financing is available online in the comfort of your own home. Harding's Attica Furniture, turning houses into homes since 1973. Call today, 585-591-2353. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website at www.empiretractor.com or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5 in Batavia. Also, Bubba's Landscape. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. Also, George and Swede Sales and Service. George and Swede is a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Established in 1983, George and Swede has been providing exceptional sales, rentals, parts, and service in the Western New York area for over 35 years. Call or visit George and Swede at 7155 Big Tree Road in Pavilion, 585-584-3425, or log on to www.georgeandswede.com. Also, Lathan Tree Service. Since 1971, Lathan's mission has never changed, and that's to provide top quality, value-based tree care for their customers. Find out why thousands of customers have entrusted Lathan Tree Service by calling 585-768-2278 or finding them on the web at www.lathantree.com. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop. Open for lunch and dinner, Sweet Betty's serves over 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, wine slushies, and homemade desserts. Fish fries are on special every Wednesday and Friday through Lent. Italian Thursdays feature pasta specials, and every Saturday is steak night. Open every day except Tuesdays. Sweet Betty's is ready to serve you at 15 Main Street in Leroy. Call 585-502-6084 or log on to www.sweetbettys15main.com. Also, every Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Batavia Daily News Facebook page, be sure to check out Inside High School Sports. This week, we feature the Attica football team. Also, be sure to log on to the dailynewsonline.com as well as the LCN.com for all pregame and postgame coverage of winter high school sports. All right, Nate, we'll get a few words from you here before we kick it off. And the big story is Notre Dame a little bit banged up this afternoon. Connor McWilliams perhaps out for the year with a wrist injury, and Donato Fiorentino with a non-COVID-19 related illness will miss today's game as well. And then on the outside, Mark Sanders Jr. a little banged up as well. So what do you expect from a banged-up Irish team this afternoon?
Well, yeah, obviously you don't want to have Sanders hurt. He's probably your best skill player, but those two linemen being out is key. You know, this is a revamped Notre Dame line. They lost 4 out of the 5 guys from last year, so to have 2 of these guys, especially your lone starter coming back and Fiorentino being out today is going to be a big question. Obviously they have a lot coming back, you know, that's going to be playing. Colin McCauley, Dylan Warner, Cody Henry, Tony Zambito and the like, but I'm going to watch that line really closely. See how some of those guys really, you know, kind of set in, try to set the tone here today.
Now on the other side, Byron-Bergen, a disappointing loss last week, looking to rebound, and really led by Kyle Wade, their quarterback, a supreme athlete, and really can do it all for this team, can Wade. And what do you expect outside of Wade and just overall from this Raiders bunch?
Well, I want to say I talked to Joe Zambito this week, and as much as he praised Kyle Wade, you know, he said this team's a lot better than the team that showed up last week in the 2-point loss to Avon. You know, he said between the Capitelli kid and, you know, a few of the other guys, you know, this team's better than the team that only scored, you know, 12 points last week. And we see Notre Dame fumbled the opening kickoff.
Raiders recover. What a start for CMBB. They'll take over deep inside Irish territory, looking to put the first points on the board. A big break, and not the way you want to start if you're Coach Zambito and the Irish.
No, and this is something Notre Dame had. It was switched last week. They're the ones who got the great field position the whole game against, who was it? I forgot who they had, Lions. You know, and, you know, Lions never got anything going against his Notre Dame defense. So this is huge for Cal Mom, getting it right at the 29 already.
No doubt about that. You come in as the underdog, facing a defending sectional champion, getting a fumble on the opening kickoff, exactly what you want if you're head coach Billy Donegan and the CMBB team. So snap goes to Wade off the edge, pushing his way forward for about 3 or 4.
Kyle Wade on the carry.
Host of tacklers in there for Notre Dame. It's going to bring up second and about 7 coming up for the Raiders.
Brought down by number 10, Colin McCauley.
And Nate already mentioned Capitelli. That's Jacob Capitelli. You'll see him out of the backfield this afternoon for CMBB. And now he's going to be split out wide.
You know, it's interesting with the line guys out for Notre Dame. I figured Cal Mom would try to run, you know, just run it up their gut, run it right up the gut.
A little bit of a high snap. Tipped up by Wade. He's able to come away with it.
Back to the backfield by number 2, Anthony Zambito.
You know, that was something Coach Zambito also said that they were going to try this week is, you know, a lot of blitzes from the corner. You know, just try not to let them get in any sort of rhythm whatsoever. And I see you got your binoculars today. I love it.
Yeah, trying to do a little better job spotting the tacklers here. It's tough. A little bit far away, no spotter, working the camera.
Yeah.
Thank God I have you on the scoreboard today. Struggled a little bit.
He had a rough night last night,
Yeah.
especially with Vanderhoof not wearing his usual number. We had no idea who 57 was for a while.
No. And now, Byron-Bergen has a number 11 in the backfield, Xavier Thomas. So you'll see some from him carrying the football today as well, as a timeout has been called. Who's that called by, Nate?
Caledonia called that timeout.
Come on, BB, timeout. So they have 2 remaining here as they face a 3rd and 16. And we already told you about our scoreboard sponsor. You see up there right now, Casella Waste, our #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. We'll also be awarding the Casella Waste Player of the Game near the conclusion of this one.
It was a pretty easy one you had last night, huh? That kid was in the backfield all night long.
Yeah, a couple of sacks for Vanderhoof of Leroy. 3 tackles for loss.
Man, amongst boys, he's still only a junior.
Yeah, he has helped that Leroy defense really get off to a great start of the season. 2 shutouts and their 2 wins to open the year.
Yeah. Say what you will about the first one, but Dansville came back, beat Letchworth last night, Letchworth-Warsaw. You know, and Attica scored 49 points, or even more than that, I think, maybe against, in their opener. So it's a couple of big shutouts there.
So 3rd and 16 now for the Raiders. Here's Wade set to take the snap, hands it off to Thomas up the middle. Looked like Cody Henry in there on the tackle from Notre Dame. That's going to bring up a 4th and long now.
Well,
2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and long.
good start for that Notre Dame line.
I'll tell you what, after fumbling the opening kickoff, this is what you need to do. Stand tall and really save your special teams from a really big mistake. So it looks like CMBB is going to go for it. Wade out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. Wade
Almost
over the
picked
middle,
off.
but it's knocked away.
There's Tony Zambito.
Yeah, you can always tell where Zambito is with those
Pass
red
to number
gloves.
1, Alex Carnes. Incomplete.
So incomplete pass, Zambito on the coverage,
The
and
Irish will take over on downs.
that's going to give the Irish possession here, their first drive of the game.
And that's huge for the confidence of Alonzo Story, too. Fumble in that opening kickoff, no harm, no foul.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Irish. This new look offensive line here.
Definitely not as big as they were last year, I'll say that.
No, but they do have that big centerpiece in the middle, Joe Truer. 6'1", 275 pounds, a big force, playing center today. That one tossed out, running toward the sideline. Dylan Warner brought down at about the 40-yard line.
Number 33, Dylan Warner on the carry.
I have to say, that's a pretty unique thing for a Coach Zambito coach team. He usually likes those smaller size centers. Last year Noah Kolarek was there. He was only, 5'10", maybe a buck 80.
2nd and 4.
And he's definitely told me he likes those, but he's got a lot of hope and I think a lot of promise in this kid here.
Yeah, Truer only a freshman, so a big spot here today for the youngster. Run right up the middle for about a gain of 1, I would say. Warner brought down. Looked like it was Nick
Warner on the
Lenhart
carry.
in there on the
Picks up a
tackle
yard.
for Kalmon Byron-Bergen, among a few others.
At least you got some easy numbers to read here today.
Yes, this is ideal numbers-wise. You got the white numbers on a dark jersey, which is obviously the best you can get, aside from the dark numbers on the white jersey. So, perfect. A sunny day. Trying to peek through. McCulley takes a snap, drops back. The left-handed quarterback gets it away. He connects with Tony Zambito near the far sideline, and that's a first down for the Irish. They're across midfield.
Zambito had a huge day last week in the opener. He had 7 catches, I think. They didn't go for many yards, but I know a lot of them gained first downs, and he also had 2 or 3 two-point conversions as well. And this is a kid who struggled with drops for his career a number of years, but right now he's proven he can do it out there, even with Sanders not in there or hobbled.
So 1st and 10 now for Notre Dame. Somebody jumped. We'll see who it was.
I believe that's on Caledonia. Sorry, Caledonia, Mumford, Byron-Bergen. I am aware it's
Offsides against the defense.
both schools. It's just easier to say one. It's easier to say Caledonia.
I usually just go with CMBB. Can't go wrong.
That even is a mouthful.
So, offside penalty on the Raiders. 1st and 5 now. Cully will go under center.
Illegal formation. Both off the line. 5 guys in the line. Tell them.
So that's going to be what appears to be an illegal formation call, as you may have heard. One of the Calmon Byron-Bergen coaches in the box point out.
Warner on the carry.
Not a good penalty for Notre Dame. I mean, usually you're that guy, that wide receiver on the outside. You could check with that referee to make sure that you're on the line. I didn't see either one of them do that.
No, that is an absent-minded penalty. And last week you could have made the excuse that they hadn't played in a while and quick ramp-up period, but this is week 2. In a short season, you can't have mistakes like that.
And, of course, I talk up Tony Zambito, and now he just has that penalty. Well, I guess it could have been called on either one of the guys. They were both not on the line.
Yeah.
I believe I did see Sanders Jr. jog into the game.
So just under 8 minutes to go here, first quarter. Cully out of the shotgun. And that's going to be a false start on the Irish. So the offside penalty and then 2 straight penalties on the Irish. Now it's a 1st and 10, 1st and 5, now 1st and 15.
Yeah.
We're jumping all over the place.
It's one of those things you think would have gotten cleaned up a little bit. But again, Notre Dame with that offensive line, some of these guys haven't been in varsity games yet.
Yeah. No excuse for Story, though, a veteran player. 2 mistakes from him early. We'll see if he can rebound and help this Irish team across midfield here. Cully on the snap, fires it out to Story on the far side. A nice catch.
Is that Story or Sanders over there?
McCulley's pass complete to number 6. Alonzo
Yep, that was Story. Good call.
See, don't question me,
I'm
Nate.
never going to question you again. Well,
as I said before, I think Sanders Jr. is seeing a little bit limited action this afternoon.
Brought down by number 30, Evan Ranowitz.
So
tackle by Ranowitz there. He was Dan Dickens' 3-point stud this year for the sectional final team.
Yeah, soccer player as well. A few CMBB players, typically soccer players, being able to play their first year of football because of the fall 2 season being moved to the spring.
Yeah. I mean, Notre Dame doesn't have that issue, but I did notice when I did a story on Caledonia's soccer team, it was a little bit bigger this year. It had more kids on the team, number of football players, just to try to stay in shape, and vice versa. Now you got soccer players playing football.
Yeah, there's a kid from HFL, excuse me, I can't remember his name, but I believe he's set to play 5 sports this year.
I always say I love those 3 sport athletes, but that's a little
5
much.
sport. Pass is complete on the far side. Sanders Jr. breaking away and closing in on the red zone. The Irish on the move here.
I don't want to question you, and I'm not going to, but I believe that was Alonzo's story.
No, that was Sanders Jr.
I don't know.
Yes, I'm positive.
Okay.
Let me handle the numbers, Nate.
Well, then I had it wrong, and the press box here at Caledonia had it wrong.
Correct, they did. I'm on it today, Nate.
All right. Well,
I'm on the ball.
I watched you last night, and you struggled, so I'm trying to help
when you're doing 3 things at once, it can become a little bit difficult. So here's Notre Dame closing in on the red zone. McCulley hands it off to Warner, spinning his way forward. It's about a 6-yard gain.
Brought down by number 11.
It's going to bring up a
Xavier
2nd down now.
So far, so good for that Notre Dame offensive line.
2nd and 4.
This is what the Irish like to do. They like to pound the football, and then when they need to, get the big play out of the pass game. They've been able to do that thus far. The 2 pass plays, the one to Sanders Jr., the one to Zambito, and that running game as steady as they come. McCulley turns around, hands it off to Cody Henry. He doesn't get far.
That was a nice stop there by Caledonia.
Number 23,
Right down at the
Cody
line of
Henry on the
scrimmage.
carry.
Definitely a tough guy to tackle once he gets going.
3rd and 4 coming up now for the Irish. McCulley will go under center once again. McCulley handoff to Warner. And he's cut down after a short gain, about a gain of 2. That's going to bring up a 4th down for Notre Dame. Nice defensive stand here by the Raiders, looking to get the turnover on downs. 5 minutes to go now. Irish closing in on the end zone, but now facing this 4th down. Warner empties out the backfield. 5 wide for McCulley. Looks to throw. And it was nearly picked off, but Story comes away with it. Nice catch by Alonzo Story and a 1st down for the Irish.
Nearly, I picked 6. He saw that coming. I can't tell the number over there.
Evan Ranowitz looked to have the pursuit and the angle on that ball, but it looked like it went right through his hands. Story able to come away with it, and that's a 1st down and goal now for the Irish.
You know, that was a great read by Ranowitz and great concentration by Story.
Was just going to say that. Great concentration to stick with that. Typically, if you see that, you're just trying to play defense and tackle him, but he concentrated on the ball and made sure that he was able to get a hand on it and came away with it. McCulley to Warner inside the 5, or at the 5. So it's going to be 2nd and goal now for Notre Dame.
It'll be 2nd and goal.
So pretty smooth moving first quarter here, Nate.
And Notre Dame's taking a lot of time out of this first quarter with this drive. No big plays, just enough to get the job done.
So 2nd and goal from the 5. McCulley looking to throw into the end zone. A low throw to Zambito, who couldn't make the sliding catch.
Pass intended for Zambito, incomplete.
He had him open, too. The throw just was not very good from McCulley.
Throw on the run. A little bootleg there.
That's one thing this Notre Dame team has, even without Sanders and especially with him, is a lot of speed at those wide receiver positions.
So 3rd and goal, but a timeout coming up for the Irish. That's going to allow us to tell you about our sponsors. Obviously, we have Casella Waste, our scoreboard sponsor, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture, for 40 years. The Harding family has been here to help furnish homes with flooring, furniture, and bedding. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. George and Swede Sales and Service, a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, open for lunch and dinner. Sweet Betty serves over 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream. So, a ton of action going on across Section 5 this afternoon, Nate. A bunch of teams that are 1-0 in action, including the Batavia Blue Devils, taking it to Wayne. I'm not sure if that game's ended, but they were well ahead of the Eagles in that game, looking to improve to 2-0.
Yeah, last I saw, they were up by 20-something. I'm not sure. I think it was still in the first half, so.
Therese Smith, a big game, and Jesse Reinhardt with a couple long touchdown passes.
Big game at Vendetta later today. Coming up soon, Avon and Alexander going at it.
So here's Notre Dame. Handoff to Warner. Stretching for the goal line. Is he in?
Are they marking him?
On the carry.
Well, looks like they're marking him down.
Yep, short of the goal line. So a 4th and goal
Shy of the goal line.
coming up for the Irish now. A big play in this game. Like Nate said, they've worked a ton of time off the clock here at the Irish, and now a 4th and goal from about the 1 foot line.
Not for nothing, Colin McCulley's 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", so I don't know if I'd go with shotgun.
The Irish going to the shotgun here.
Maybe not.
No, and McCulley will go back under center. And he sneaks it. He stood up at the line. I don't think he got it, Nate.
I have not seen a signal.
Touchdown, Irish!
Wow. That was.
Wow, and Colin McCulley stood up at the line of scrimmage. A nice stand by the Raiders defense, but On the second effort, it looked like, able to push his way across the goal line, and the Irish take a 6-0 lead, 2:30 right around to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, obviously from our vantage point, we couldn't really tell. They didn't have far to go. Like I said, McCauley's a tall kid, so you think you just stretch the ball over and call it a day, but good push up front by Caledonia Mumford, Byron-Bergen. Oof.
So a strong push there from the Irish as well. Able to break the stalemate at the line of scrimmage, and McCauley into the end zone. And the Irish will go for 2 now. Snap to McCauley, rolling out, throwing into the end zone. And it's complete for the 2-point conversion. Alonzo Story with the catch. It's now 8-0 Notre Dame.
Irish lead 8-0.
So a very, very long drive for Notre Dame, capped off with the touchdown and the 2-point. Raiders were trying to play bend don't break there, and they almost did, but came right down to the goal line, and Notre Dame able to push their way across.
Yeah, good start for Notre Dame, especially, like I said, with the guys missing. And
so Calmon Byron-Bergen going to take over now their second drive. 2:31.
I think they call that drive methodical.
Yes. Matriculating the ball down the field as well. Much matriculation there. So kickoff coming up, and it looks like Sanders Jr. will not be kicking for the Irish. It's Brandon Carrick.
Yeah, when I was at practice this week, Sanders was not practicing at all, and Carrick was working on his kicking.
Yeah, with a leg issue for Sanders Jr., I think it's safe to say that Coach Zambito said, let's not get our star wide receiver even more hurt by kicking the football.
Yeah. That was a pretty decent boot, though, from a kid who's not their normal kicker. Good field position for Caledonia, though.
Great field position. So one big thank you I have to give is to you, Nate. You
What'd I do?
You came through with McDonald's for me, which I'm going to scarf down at halftime. A nice
cold
McChicken
by then.
sandwich.
Got some fries in there, too.
Yeah.
Be first and 10 for the
Much
third.
appreciated. Was in a rush out the door to get here. I knew you with your coffee. I knew you were stopping somewhere.
Absolutely. Always got to have the coffee.
So here's Wade. Handoff right up the middle. And a nice burst forward. Robert pulls Harrison. Closing in on a first down already. First play of this drive. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 now coming up for the Raiders.
And if that name sounds familiar, at least the first half of that last name.
On the carry.
Had some rather talented uncles who played here at Caledonia back in the day.
Also Mark pulls Harrison on this team as well.
We did have a penalty, though.
Yes, it helped lead the Raiders to the sectional final this year in basketball. But, yes, a penalty on the Raiders sets back the big gain. So disappointing for Cal Mum. We're inside 2 minutes to go now. It's going to be a first and about 18. All right, don't start challenging me on the yard marker now.
I didn't.
You make one mistake with this guy, and he's all over you.
Hey, your voice cracked last night, and
My voice cracks at least once per game.
But you said last week it's only when I'm around, and I wasn't around.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Ooh, and now Alonzo Story goes limping off the field for the Irish. Definitely not a good sign if you're a Notre Dame supporter, or if you're anybody. You hate to see anybody injured out here.
Nice
Kids
run.
have waited so long, excuse me, but.
Nice run by Kyle Wade there.
2nd and 7.
Looks like their goal is to try to get him on the outside. That's the second or third time they've tried to do that.
He's quite the athlete, I'll tell you that. Wade takes a high snap, fakes the handoff to Poles Harrison, pushes his way forward, closing in on a first down. Now it's going to be a 3rd and about 2
Wade on the carry.
coming up for the Raiders. So I think what you're seeing a little bit on that run from Poles Harrison, even though it was called back, and then that run, you're able to get that push up the middle if you're the Raiders because maybe you don't have Fiorentino, you don't have Mick Williams in the middle to provide that resistance. And maybe that's part of the scouting report for the Raiders. You have two big guys out in the middle. Let's run it up the middle as well as busting it to the outside.
That's just an added threat. It's that half a second that they're holding guys if they're faking that handoff.
So a flag here.
Look like a false start maybe on Caledonia.
See what the call is. Yep, false start on Byron-Bergen.
False start against the Raiders.
And with 3 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter.
And that's going to do it. End of the first quarter, Notre Dame out in front, 8-0. And after that false start penalty, Raiders with a third and relatively long here coming up. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste, who will honor a player of the game each game this season. In the early going, I don't know if there's really any standout thus far. A little too early to say, but we'd like to thank Casella Waste for contributing, as well as TF Browns, who will contribute a $25 gift certificate to each player of the game this season. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture and Flooring, Route 98, a quarter mile south of Attica, 591-2353. Shop online at www.hardingsatticafurniture.com. Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. 5072 East Main Street in Batavia. 585-343-1822, www.empiretractor.com. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy, residential and commercial lawn treatment, 81 Lake Street in Leroy. Call now for an estimate. Fertilizer, weed control, insect control, service calls, aeration, and overseeding. Also, George and Swede Sales and Service, 7155 Big Tree Road in Pavilion. Selling Hyundai construction equipment. Lathan Tree Service, complete tree care, free estimates, and fully insured business in Leroy. Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, located right on Main Street in Leroy. And last but not least, visit the Daily News Facebook page for Inside High School Sports every Thursday at 7 p.m. All right, so here we go. Start of the second quarter, a 3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders, and it's a big one. Wade takes the snap, takes it himself, pushes forward.
Good pursuit by Notre Dame there. He evaded the first tackle, but not the next three guys who got there. It's led by Cody Henry.
So Wade able to get a couple there, but not much more than that.
Have an update. Batavia up on Wayne, 48-23. That's got to be getting late in the contest. That was a noon start.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of early kickoffs, especially on night games. You're seeing some 6 o'clock, some 6:30s. And the punt is away from the Raiders. It's a pretty good one. And fielded on the bounce by Story. Good to see him back out there after limping off, and a flag comes flying in.
Bunch of laundry. We got Notre Dame principal Wade Bianco to our left saying face mask. I'm not going to disagree.
Yes, face mask on Byron-Bergen, so that's going to improve Notre Dame's field position after a pretty good punt.
That was a nice punt, but kind of a nifty move there by Story. Everybody else kind of made it look like they were just going to let it roll, and he snuck in there. Kind of a risky move, but still.
Definitely risky, but if you're a senior like Story, you have the trust of your coaches to pull a move like that.
And especially a kid like that who, was kind of sitting behind a lot of those kids last year during that championship run. They kind of want to make a name for themselves, too.
No doubt. And to go back to something I was saying, we have a lot of early start times, and next week We have even earlier start times. I believe a 3 p.m. start between Oakfield, Alabama, Alba, and Canisteo, Greenwood, I believe.
I am not sure. I know there's a Thursday, at least one Thursday game.
Yeah, I believe that's our next stream here, one of our next streams. I'll double check on that. But I know that we do have a doubleheader and game starting at 3 p.m. That's going to be very interesting.
On a Friday?
Seth Gaminiak.
I think
Or
it's
you
on a
talking
Thursday.
Saturday?
No, I
On
think it's on a
Thursday?
Thursday.
Wow.
Because I think
Lucky
it's
for those kids. They get out of school early,
Yeah.
if they're in school that day.
Yeah, I think it's a doubleheader. I think Oakfield, Alabama, Alba playing Canisteo, Greenwood, and then Batavia
But with,
playing Mid-Lakes.
with a lot of these early start times, I think it has to do with, teams using other teams' fields. And just trying to get as much, get the field time.
Correct. McCulley throws it out. A low throw. We'll see if he came up with it.
I think they're going to say he caught it.
Pass intended to Story incomplete.
And
No.
pass was to Story. See, these officials, it's been happening all year, Nate. They do not do a very good job of signaling.
We had the line judge saying he caught it.
All I'm asking for is a signal.
Yeah. Not one really signaled at all. I saw that happen a lot last night, too.
Yeah, so you can see why I was struggling.
Yes, well, for a little bit anyway.
So 3rd and 9 now coming up for Notre Dame. 10:26 remaining in the half.
Another low throw from McCulley, too.
Cully under center, takes the snap, turns around, fakes the handoff, rolls out, gets it to Zambito, who makes a falling catch past the marker. It's a first down for the Irish.
There he is again.
First and 10 coming up for Notre Dame. On the move inside Raiders territory.
His catches haven't gone for long, like I said earlier. A lot of them for first downs. There was another one. Needed 9, got 10. Nice route just to get to the stick.
Cully showing great touch on some of these passes, laying it in there. But he can also do that, put it up deep down the sideline. And it looked like it was incomplete.
It was incomplete.
And it looked like it was intended for Mark Sanders Jr.
He had him open, too. He just underthrew him by a good amount. Not much wind today. A little bit of wind.
I was confused on if it was complete or not because Sanders Jr. saw him raise his hand after.
Yeah.
And I think that was saying, like, maybe his fault. Maybe he thought he should catch that. I'm not sure.
Maybe,
The sun.
maybe he couldn't. Yeah, maybe he lost it in the sun.
Thanks for the assist on that, Wade Bianco. Cully turns around, hands it off to Warner. Met in the backfield. There's Poles Harrison to finish it up. Also went on the tackle, Camden Reed.
Warner on the carry, wrapped up by number 32, Bobby Poles Harrison, and assisted by number 8, Camden Reed.
Flag.
There
We
is
do have a flag.
Flag.
Not sure what it is.
A lot of flags in this one, Nate. Holding on the Irish, and you saw
Against the offense.
Leroy come away with, I believe, 4 or 5 holding calls last night. We have, I think, 1 or 2 so far here today. Those are some calls that I think you can let go sometimes.
There was 1 or 2 in the
Keep the
Leroy
game
game
flowing.
I thought were rather questionable. A couple of them were pretty obvious, but
And the reason for Vanderhoof changing his jersey last night was he said it got ripped in half, but there was no hold on the play, he said. There was no holding call, I should say. I believe he thought he was held.
well, yeah. Usually if your jersey gets ripped,
Yeah. So 2nd and very long, we'll call it 21, coming up for Notre Dame. Cully, pump fakes, going deep once again,
Pass intended for
and it's
Story.
incomplete.
Broken up by number 10, Nick Walters.
getting a little underthrown, but it looked like Story could have come up with that one. Tough catch, though.
So a 3rd and long now coming up for the Irish. I believe we'll see them go to the air once again here. Yeah, and I thought, yeah. So I figured out how we can tell Sanders Jr. and Story apart. It only took me a whole quarter. Sanders Jr. has the towel wrapped around.
Gotcha. Well, with the number 5 and number 6.
Yeah, it's tough. Warner across midfield near the 40, and a nice gain. That's probably going to allow the Irish to go for it here.
I was just going to say, he didn't get the first down, but definitely think Notre Dame will go for it here.
Yeah, you don't. You're never as grateful for basketball announcing as you are when football starts. You're so far away. The jerseys sometimes scrunch together onto when they're wearing them over the pads. So, like Nate alluded to, the 5s and the 6s sometimes get scrunched up, and it's tough to tell.
Both wide receivers, both similar size.
Yep. And they're both wearing, I think, long sleeve.
Yep.
With white gloves. But the towel is the difference.
Notre Dame lining up to punt, though.
Yep. So the Irish will punt it away.
Interesting call by Coach Zambito.
And Cody Henry kicks it inside the 20, and it comes to rest at the 19-yard line. A Red Raider was in there. Not sure what he was doing, but the Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10. Just about 8 minutes to go here in this first half. It's
interesting call, but your defense has been playing well all year, and you're up, so why not try to pin them back and maybe get it back at somewhat similar position.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought for sure the Irish were going to go for it there.
As well as I know Coach Zambito, he's an aggressive guy, but maybe someone talked him out of it. I don't see that really happening, though.
Yeah. So the Raiders now looking to begin their drive. Turn around and handoff to Thomas, squeezing his way ahead.
Thomas on the carry.
About a 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 4. A nice gain from Xavier Thomas.
There was a nice run. Notre Dame had him hit him about maybe a yard after the line of scrimmage, but he just battled his way out there for 6 yards.
Wade takes the snap, takes it himself off the edge. Hit from behind, but pushed forward. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Raiders.
Big hit, but plenty for the 1st down.
Knocked down by number 55, Eric Ricks.
Eric Ricks on the stop for the Irish.
Maybe not.
No,
okay, it's a 1st down.
1st down, but you're right. The guy, the official on the far side was about 3 yards ahead of the spotter.
Well, I definitely thought he got farther than the 30 too, but
nope. 1st down, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Wade takes the snap, a high snap, turns around, hands it off to Thomas. Met at the line of scrimmage. Aiden Sisson in there on the tackle for the Irish, along with I
think, are a couple of those guys that are filling in for Fiorentino and McWilliams. It's not going to be just them, but those are 2 of the guys they're rotating in and out.
Thomas hustling off for the Raiders. Approaching 6 minutes to go here in this first half. 2nd and 9 coming up for Byron-Bergen. Wade, another high snap. Looking to throw, incomplete. Intended target was Scott Essig.
Might have a roughing the passer call at Notre Dame.
Flag behind the play.
Roughing the passer against the defense.
Isn't this intentional grounding?
Yeah, he definitely made the wrong call, but or the wrong signal, I should say.
So we get a signal, but the incorrect signal.
Yes, we finally get a signal, but he gave the signal for intentional grounding, not the signal for roughing the passer.
So roughing the passer.
Beggars can't be choosers, Alan.
No, I guess not. So roughing the passer called on the Irish. That's going to give the Raiders a 1st down, and a much-needed 1st down. They're on the move near midfield now.
Yeah, that would have been 3rd and long.
Kind of a wounded duck on that throw. May have been tipped. I didn't really get a good look on the release. Handoff. Pulls Harrison falling forward. Another good burst from Pulls Harrison. This time it'll stand.
Yeah, that was a nice run. He made one little cut and just went downfield.
He's a big boy, so that's really what you're looking for out of him. Put the foot in the ground and go. Wade. Too many high snaps if you're the Raiders. I think it's kind of disrupting the timing.
Definitely does.
On the handoffs, and it doesn't allow you to really get that momentum you want off the handoff.
Absolutely. I mean, then again, maybe if it's every snap, you kind of get used to it. But the thing with the high snap, it's also making it look like the running back's false starting, and which he isn't.
Yeah. So it looks like a penalty.
Just when I was about to say Calmon was getting a little momentum here, penalty sets him back.
Be a 2nd and 8 now. So about 5 minutes to go now. Wade. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Throwing over the middle, complete to Capitelli. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Raiders. So Wade to Jacob Capitelli.
Yeah, we talk about those snaps. That was a perfect snap and perfect timing on that little slant route.
As small of a detail as it is, it really makes a big difference. So Raiders on the move now. Time winding down in this first half. 1st and 10. Ball at about the 43-yard line. Wade out of the shotgun once again. Takes a snap. Handoff to Pulls Harrison. Breaking through for a couple of yards. It's going to be about a 2nd and 8 now for the Raiders.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
So after all that wind yesterday, thankfully it's not windy today as we are outside of the press box here at Hamilton Field due to social distancing concerns.
That would not have been fun at all.
No. I think we would have seen you come down with a mysterious non-COVID related illness.
Yeah.
If that were the case.
Cough, cough.
Pulls Harrison another couple yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 now.
Another nice run. He broke a number of tackles just to get a couple of yards on that play.
He shows great burst, great contact balance, able to break through tackles. Pulls Harrison, really a strong runner for the Raiders.
I believe one of his uncles went to play at the University of Tennessee back in the day in the 90s, I believe.
Certainly has the pedigree then.
Early 90s.
Another high snap. Wade thankfully able to come away with it, and a false start, I believe, coming up on the Raiders.
Get to use my flag icon.
False start against the offense.
One of the Calmon parents turns around and says, quarterback's not supposed to jump when they catch it. No.
No, he's not.
It's not ideal.
Like I said, maybe he'll get used to it, but still not really what you're looking for.
It takes about a second away from what you're doing on offense, and it also gives the defensive pass rush an extra second.
Absolutely.
High snap. Wade under duress. Complete to Pulls Harrison at the 20-yard line. And he's inside the red zone at about the 17. 1st down for the Raiders.
That was a great throw by Kyle Wade because he got drilled right as he threw that ball. And,
great concentration by him to get that ball away on target. And Pulls Harrison able to turn and make the over-the-shoulder catch.
That was not an easy catch. He kind of turned it the wrong way initially, then turned back the right way.
So here come the Raiders now. 2:20 to go. 2nd quarter, down by 8. Wade, handoff to Pulls Harrison. Tripped up, but he keeps his feet. Looked like Truer in there on the stop.
I believe Cody Henry in there as well.
So So now what you're looking for if you're the Raiders, a negative play on first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Our clock a little bit ahead, but just hit the 2-minute mark. 2 timeouts left for Caledonia.
It's a big help having Nate on the scoreboard. Got a litter of children at home, so sometimes difficult to get away sometimes.
And the little guy just had surgery yesterday, so.
Yeah. Say he's a trooper, though.
He is a trooper.
Wade throwing, pulls Harrison on the completion near the sideline, inside the 10, down at about the 6.
Harrison.
It's a first down for Kalmont Byron-Bergen. 1st and goal coming up for the Raiders.
Again, Notre Dame with pressure off the outside, but again,
1st and goal.
you know, I think Wade saw the pressure coming, you know, and just made a nice throw to Pulse Harrison, and man, is he a weapon.
Tall, speed, good hands, clearly.
Strong kid.
Wade, snap, rolls out into the end zone. Or near the end zone, I should
Referee
say.
goes
Capitelli
down.
diving for the pylon. Did he get it?
We don't know. No.
No, down at the 1 yard
Down at
line.
the 1.
So my apologies, looking through the viewfinder of the camera here, just shy of the end zone, I should have said. Capitelli dove for the pylon, did get it, but looked like he came down out of bounds just short. That's going to be a timeout called by the Irish. 2nd and goal from the 1 coming up. And before this first half comes to an end, once again, let us thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Harding's Attica Furniture. At Harding's, you are assured quality and professional service from the moment you are greeted, whether it be on the phone or at the door. Harding's Attica Furniture, turning houses into homes since 1973. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Stop by the Genesee County Fairgrounds, right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5 in Batavia. Bubba's Landscape, contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. Also, George and Swede Sales and Service is a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York, Lathan Tree Service in Leroy, and Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop in Leroy. So here we go. 2nd and goal from the 1 coming up for the Raiders, and they pack it in as Wade will go under center. Wade takes the snap, pushing his way forward on the sneak.
He's in.
Touchdown, Raiders!
Kyle Wade.
54 seconds to go in this first half, and the Raiders are on the board.
What a drive by Caledonia. Good work by the offensive line. Great work by Wade and great work by Harrison. And that might have been the first time he's been under center all day. And they just pushed their way a couple yards into the end zone.
So the 2-point try coming up for the Raiders, looking to tie the score as Christopher Zestraki hustles onto the field. But a timeout called by the Raiders, and they're going to talk things over. This is a big play in the game, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the first half, but obviously it doesn't appear a lot of scoring is going to happen. So, you know, they're gonna try to dial up one of their better, you know, short yardage plays here. What a huge drive. And, like, you know, that came after that punt, that decision to punt by Coach Joe Zambito. Pinned them back at, I believe, the 19-yard line. And I had said, well, maybe they'll just, you know, 3 and out, get the ball back. But no, Caledonia took it right down the field on them.
You see here, Pulse Harrison, a big part of that drive. A couple of receptions from Wade, breaking free into the secondary and giving his quarterback a target to throw to down the field.
And there is nobody on Notre Dame that's his size, at least height-wise. He's got to be 6'5", 6'6". Not as thick as his uncles, as I recall back in the day, were, but definitely a very tall kid.
So Wade out of the shotgun for the 2-point try. Rolls out, looking for a man, into the end zone. 2-point is good. Capitelli on the reception. We're all tied up at 8-8, and I know I talked to you before the game. You thought it might be a little different with the injuries, but you thought as well as I think a lot of people, Byron-Bergen came into this game as an underdog.
Yes.
And to tie the game with under a minute to go in the first half, still a lot of time left in this quarter, but boy, they got to really like what they're seeing here.
And to think, they didn't score until the fourth quarter last week against Avon, and even one of those scores came very late. Granted, they still could have tied the game, but, to put together a drive like that before halftime, when Notre Dame kind of went, okay, we could go for it, but we're going to kick it because we don't think you guys can move the ball, and then to move it down the field like that, that's a lot of confidence in those guys right now.
And there you see Kyle Wade, also a big part of that drive, obviously, leading it from the quarterback position. Only a junior Wade, another year left in store for the Raiders faithful.
Yeah, he'll have that basketball team right back in sectional contention again. Though I believe, Coach Dickens is probably watching this game just praying he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, I think when you're a coach of multi-sport athletes, I think that just comes with the territory. You love to watch them play, but you like turn into a parent. You really just watch with bated breath, I guess, if I use that correctly. All right, so 48 seconds remaining now. 1st and 10 coming up for the Irish. Not great field position, about the 27-yard line. Long way to go.
Only one timeout left, too, so I can't imagine they're going to do much. But, hey, you never know.
And with this poor field position, you really don't want to give up an interception and inside Calmum territory or a pick six or anything like that. So
see, maybe if they try one play, getting one of these wide receivers deep, but after that.
But nope, the Irish take a knee, and we're going to go to halftime. They might have to take another one.
They might have to do one more.
But we're going to go to halftime. The score tied at 8. And Nate, before we go to the halftime break, I'm going to have to use the little boys' room. But what do you think for the second half? What are some adjustments that Notre Dame needs to make to really get their offense going a little bit more consistently?
I think they need to really, it's like a broken record, but they need to get on that offensive line, some of these new guys, and just try to get that running game going a little more consistently. We've seen a couple of good runs here and there by Dylan Warner, but nothing consistent like they had last week. And that's a credit to Caledonia up front, but also a detriment to some of those new guys for Notre Dame.
Now, how about Calmon Byron-Bergen? What did you see from them on that drive? I think getting that passing game involved is a difference maker for this team.
I think for Caledonia, just keep doing what you're doing. Your defense is playing exceptional. Other than that one drive, they held their own against Notre Dame, and that offense got clicking with Wade and Poles Harrison. You would like to see a little bit more running game out of them as well, but for this game to be tied at 8, that's good for us. We get to see a close one.
Yes, our first good game of this high school football season on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. We're all square at the half. 8-8, Calmon Byron-Bergen and Notre Dame head to the break. We'll be back after about a 15-minute break. All right, welcome back to Hamilton Field. We got a good one going on, 8-8. Notre Dame and Calmon Byron-Bergen all square at the break. A late first half touchdown from Kyle Wade, capped off by a 2-point conversion from Wade to Jake Capitelli, tied the score at 8. But we really should have a good finish here. It was a solid first half, not high scoring obviously, but a bunch of big plays and on both sides of the ball, and hoping for a good finish here, Nate. We got 24 minutes left of game time to decide this one.
We'll see who adjusts the best at halftime here. You know, like we said before we went to
All right, here we go.
everybody's a little rusty still.
We are all set to go here. Third quarter underway. Kick goes to Thomas, who pushes his way across the 30-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will start their drive. Roster. Uh-oh, Nate. May have misplaced the roster here.
Yes.
May have to go to the backup now. Send it. I'll find it. So here we go. Raiders begin their drive now. Snap to Wade, turns around, hands it off, pulls Harrison. Great start for the Raiders, approaching a first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, nice work by the line there. Pulls Harrison slow to get up, though.
And that's not a good sight. So he had a strong first half.
Alex still looking for his roster. I'm guessing it blew away and under the bleachers.
It must have when I was eating my delicious McChicken. So I'm going to have to go to the backup here. So Pulse Harrison able to walk off. So I go to the backup roster on the phone. Quick reminder, we will be honoring the Casella Waste Player of the Game near the end of this one. And we said earlier, Nate, that there really wasn't a clear-cut favorite. I still don't know if there is.
Oh, right now I'd be looking at, probably either Wade or Pulse Harrison for Caledonia. Notre Dame, not so sure.
Snap, handoff, Thomas, cross midfield. being tripped up from behind by McCulley, but that's a
Xavier
first
Thomas
down,
turns ahead for the
Raiders.
First down.
Exactly the start you want if you're Caledonia Mumford Byron-Bergen.
There you go, Nate. Throw the Byron-Bergen in there.
I had time that time.
Come on, these kids deserve it. You got to make time.
It's just a month. It's a mouthful. Come on.
All right, so here is Wade. Turns around, hands it off to Thomas again. Another good burst. Stiff-arming a defender, tripped up,
Thomas on
but not
carry.
before he makes his way near another Raiders first down. So Calmont Byron-Bergen showing a bit of momentum here to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, and all those runs right up the middle. You know, Wade's just turning around and handing it off and, you know, letting his line and the running backs do the work.
Yeah, this offensive line for the Raiders has certainly been strong tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say. Snap to Wade, juggled, but able to come away with it. Running toward the sideline, trying to get the edge, but he's pushed out of bounds by McCulley. But as I said before, this Raiders offensive line, Devin Hype, Cedric Bowen, also Max Wilson up front for the Raiders, along with Nick Lenhart. And I think I'm missing one.
Runs out of bounds at the 35. It'll be
Trying to get a look
second and
here.
7.
But yeah, strong performance from this Raiders front, especially down the stretch of that first half and to begin the second half. 2nd and 7, a high snap, and it goes over his head. Thomas comes away with it, and that's a potential drive killer, Nate.
Oh, yeah,
we said it, we said it throughout the first half, and this one ends up going over his head.
You know, that's a great play by Thomas because that was well over Wade's head, and Notre Dame had a couple of guys storming in there, and who knows what would have happened, but at least for now, that keeps the drive going, but definitely a long third down here.
A big mistake for the Raiders.
It hadn't happened much since we mentioned it earlier, but happened at the wrong time now.
And the worst one yet, all the way over the head of Wade. And this one goes over his head again. Wade able to get it away, pulls Harrison, makes the catch, but it's about right at the line of scrimmage, and now he's driven back. And I think that's going to be a loss.
It's a nice catch.
Wade's pass complete to number 81.
That's a loss of 2 for the Raiders, and after a promising start, they're going to have to punt it away, and they're going to have to figure that out, Nate, because that can't continue to happen.
Yeah, it seemed whoever the center is, and I can't see the number from this angle, you know, it looked like he gained a little confidence there for a while, but now that's one of those things, those long snaps into the shotgun, it's a confidence thing. And once you see one go over the quarterback's head, you know, now it's in his head. Caledonia running a guy on late, not exactly sure where to go. That was bizarre, but
Yeah, and a flag now.
nice punt.
A beautiful punt going to be
It's
wasted
going to
here
roll.
as it rolls all the way inside the 10-yard line near the 5, but that's going to be wasted.
One of the best Class D punts you'll see. We're in Class D, don't worry.
I didn't say anything.
You were
I was starting to, but I caught myself. All right, so false start or legal formation or procedure, something on the Raiders after that.
Yeah, that didn't look right from the start. Had plenty of time to get set, but
So a great start to this half, completely wiped away by the snap over the head and now a penalty. 8:23 remaining, 4th and a mile. The Raiders are going to kick it away again. Another good punt, Nate.
beauty.
A booming punt near the sideline. Bounces at the 20. And I'll tell you what, Nate. A great job by Calmont Byron-Bergen punter Scott Essig.
that's not quite the. I mean,
Correction,
it's
he's
pretty much the
17
same length
yards.
of punt, but still pinning him inside the 20. That's a good job.
So a little bit of solace taken away from what was a disastrous end to that drive with a booming punt, and now the Irish set to begin their drive deep inside Raiders territory.
We'll see what Notre Dame can get going. Not much success with the running game. They had some success rolling McCulley out, finding those speedy receivers. Now we got Cody Henry going into the slot.
We haven't seen any practice snapping on the sideline from the Raiders. I think I'd like to see that. If I'm a Raider fan, you have so many snaps over the head. Get him on the sideline where there's no pressure and get him back in the groove.
There's a good chance he is on that defensive line as well, so you never know.
And I think we're about to see that, Nate. Some practice snaps on the sideline here.
Not sure if that's the normal snapper or if they're...
Or maybe they're changing.
Maybe they're thinking about switching it up. We're not sure.
I'm pretty sure Max Wilson was the starting center, only a freshman. So definitely a young player trying to find his way at the varsity level. A well-sized player.
It is a big boy for a freshman.
So
right
there's a reason he's out there, but definitely got to get that under control as the throw and catch from McCulley to Sanders Jr. gives the Irish a first down. A good start for Notre Dame now.
You know, that's something they did a little bit in that first half. I think we might see it a lot more this half. You know, get the ball in those playmakers' hands. Get it right into Story's hands, into Sanders' hands, into Zambito's hands, especially if you're only getting 2 yards a pop running the ball.
So an update from Wayne. Batavia with a 48-30 win over the Eagles. Terez Smith, 155 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground, and Jesse Reinhardt, 8 completions for 200 yards and 3 scores.
A lot of points to give up, though, for that Batavia defense. Not used to seeing that.
It looks like it was 41-10.
Yeah,
so maybe they put in some subs or took the foot off the gas, and then it looks like they finished the game 20-7. So
never in doubt. Just because then maybe Coach Briggs just got some other guys some work there in the fourth quarter.
All right, so 2nd and 3 now. And it looks like an offside or a false start.
Notre Dame, 88 here on the end.
False start on Notre Dame. That's going to set them back.
That's what we need. Let's go.
He was trying his hardest not to fall forward. And
so 2nd and 9 now for the Irish. A break for Calmon Byron-Bergen.
I'm going to call that 8. 2nd and 8.
There you go.
I'm not.
It's not a math wizard or a distance wizard, but you're right. I think that is 2nd and 8. So here's McCulley, the shotgun snap. Rolls out, throwing to his left, broken up by Wade.
McCulley's pass is incomplete.
Notre Dame bench looking for a flag there. That looked like pretty good timing from Kyle Wade.
Solid defense there from Wade.
Let's go, D. We need some pressure.
Looked like he timed that perfectly, at least from here.
Let's go, boys. Big sack right here. Let's go.
Pass was intended for Hayden Groff. Took me a while to find that with my new roster. Fix this. McCulley takes the snap, dropping back, looking to go deep. Instead, he goes over the middle, and it's picked off. Wade on the interception, but his knee was down. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 46-yard line, but the interception from Wade, and that's a turnover. Raiders are going to take over.
I'm going to just have to say I have absolutely no idea
intercepted
who
by
that ball
4,
was intended
Kyle
to.
Wade.
I'm not sure if that's a miscommunication or an overthrow.
Take over 1st and 10.
I mean,
Looked
Wade
like
was-
he had a man coming over the middle, but looked like it could have just been a.
I mean, Wade was literally the only person in that area.
So a turnover by the Irish, and here come the Raiders. 5:23 left in the third quarter. Wade set to take the snap from the pistol formation. Handoff to Pulse Harrison, bursting forward.
And a hog
Bobby
tackle
Pulse
there.
Harrison on the carry. 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Good to see Bobby Pulse Harrison back in the game after he limped off that last series for Caledonia.
So 2nd and 8. Inside 5 minutes to go now in the third. Wade, shotgun snap. Drops back, looking to throw, going deep to Essig,
Wade's
but it
pass intended for Essig.
falls out of bounds and incomplete, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now.
That's something you haven't seen Caledonia do at all today. I think that was the first time they tried to go deep.
Yeah, I think what we liked what we saw from their pass game down the stretch of that first half, and
So we have not seen Mark Pulse Harrison be targeted yet. Well, we did on that kind of scramble play where Wade just kind of heaved it up, but I would like to see them get him more into the game, and here he is out on the right-hand side, on the far side, I should say.
timeout called by Notre Dame, and that's going to allow us to tell you all about our sponsors for the first time in this second
Timeout,
half.
Notre Dame.
And we're going to begin with Casella Waste, your #1 provider for your waste and recycling needs. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture, turning houses into homes since 1973. Empire Tractor, check out their website at www.empiretractor.com. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy, contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. George and Swede Sales and Service, a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy since 1971. Lathan's mission has never changed, and that's to provide top-quality, value-based tree care for our customers. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop in Leroy, 15 Main Street in Leroy. So here we go. Back to action here out of the Notre Dame timeout. It's now a 3rd and 8 for the Raiders. 4:40 to go in the third. Big play coming up here, and Wade will take the snap out of the shotgun. Wade hands it to to Thomas, and a flag comes in, and that's going to be a false start on the Raiders.
These pre-snap penalties for Caledonia have just been brutal to their any momentum they've gotten.
Now going to be a 3rd and long. A lot of flags today, Nate.
Yes, lots of flags and whistles.
So 3rd and about 13 coming up for Wade. High snap, but Wade able to control it. Fading away over the middle, finds Capitelli. Capitelli on the run inside the 40, inside the 35, brought down at about the 30-yard line. So a conversion on 3rd and long, and now a 1st and 10 coming up for the Raiders.
Huge play by Wade, again, under pressure. Got it away, got it to the perfect spot. Got it to Capitelli, and he was able to do the rest.
I'll tell you what, we've been impressed with Pulse Harrison. Capitelli does a great job running after the catch and getting open late, too. You saw that on the 2-point conversion, but that time able to get open early and take that one for a big gain and a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, 4 wide. Shotgun snap coming up. Wade takes it, hands it to Thomas, who falls forward, and that's going to be a loss of about 1.
Thomas on the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
See what the Notre Dame defense can come up with here. Not being able to move the ball very consistently. You think, even though it's still only the third quarter, pretty important for them to keep them out of the end zone here.
So Wade out of the pistol now. 2nd and 10. Snap to Thomas, met in the backfield once again, able to get away.
Dylan Warner with a nice play there.
Thomas on the carry.
Warner in on the stop.
33.
And that's going to be a loss of about 3. 3rd and 13 coming up. You might see the Raiders elect to go to the air once again.
Well, it was 3rd and 13 last time, and Wade made that great throw to Capitelli. Let's see if they, try to get over to Bobby Poles Harrison again this drive. He has been quiet.
Wade, another high snap, gets it with one hand over the middle. Poles Harrison tried to extend for that one, couldn't come up with it, and now a 4th and long coming up, and Poles Harrison slow to get up.
Definitely a little bit behind him. He made a nice attempt to try to one-hand that one. Again, it looks like every time that Notre Dame thinks Wade is going to be back to pass, they are bringing pressure off the corners.
So Nate, an incoming text from Cal Mum boys basketball coach Dan Dickens.
Uh-oh.
In Atlantic City watching the game.
I did see that.
So hope he and his wife Kate are doing great out there. And he comments, Wade is just a great kid to coach in his eyes. Says he's one of the toughest athletes that he coaches on a yearly basis, and I think we've seen that here this afternoon. Wade out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Going deep, Essig, jump ball, who's got it? Simultaneous possession.
I don't know what they're going to give it to Notre Dame.
Interception! Notre Dame picks it off.
Pass intercepted by number 3, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick on the interception. Looked like simultaneous possession, and in football, I think that's awarded to the defense, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. And it's an interception, but, you almost wanted him to just knock it down and bring up 4th down because now Notre Dame's pinned inside the 10s. Was that 4th down before? I thought that was only 3rd. Oh, no, the 3rd down was the original pass. So, yeah, it kind of works like a punt.
Yeah, definitely not the worst case scenario for the Raiders, but a nice play from Fitzpatrick on the interception. It's locking it up at the same time as Essig, because Essig did a great job even getting hands on that ball, but not rewarded as it's an interception, and the Irish take over now.
A lot of times these turnovers bring momentum, and this game's all about momentum.
Illegal substitution on the Irish. That's going to bring up a 1st and, is that half the distance or is that 5?
It would be half the distance.
Yeah, so about
it's the 4.
1st and 13 about.
Precarious position, I would say, for Notre Dame.
Yeah, they have done a nice job on 1st down today, getting themselves off to good starts on their drives, but haven't been able to finish very often.
Well, for Notre Dame, I would like to see a little more of Cody Henry involved in the offense.
Shotgun snap, Warner.
Still going.
Met near the original line of scrimmage, and now that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 now.
Definitely a different offense this year for Notre Dame. I mean, Warner does a great job back there. I mean, he's a solid running back, but we haven't seen the explosive plays that you would get out of a Jed Reese last year.
Notre Dame, McCulley under center. Fake the handoff, looking to throw now. Now he decides to run and might have lost a yard there.
Either right at the line of scrimmage or lost one.
McCauley forced out of bounds by number 55, Nick Lenhart.
They're going to give him a yard. So we were both wrong. Huge, important third down for Notre Dame here. You do not want to be punting from this position.
You definitely don't want to give the Raiders good field position. So we'll see what the Irish are able to do here on 3rd and about 9. It actually looked like he may have gained a yard on that last play. So McCulley
They did give him one.
rolling out and dropped in the end zone. Is it a safety?
Hey, it's our guy, Pulser.
It is. It's a safety. Cal Byron-Bergen breaks the tie, brings down McCulley in the end zone, pulls Harrison in there on the tackle. Huge play by this Raiders defense. And it's now a 10-8 CMBB lead, a minute and a half left in this third quarter, and the Raiders will get the ball after the kickoff.
Huge defensive play. McCulley just had nowhere to go with the ball. And I think he misjudged the closing speed by Pulse Harrison.
My goodness gracious, and if you're Notre Dame, you really have to be careful there. You're well enough out of the end zone. You can't roll back that far, you know. You got to flatten out that rollout and make sure you keep yourself out of the end zone. You cannot give them that type of opportunity there. You were saying you can't have a punt here. You certainly couldn't afford a safety.
Yeah, it looked like McCulley even might have lost track of where he was in terms of being in the end zone.
So a costly error made by the Irish offense, and Pulse Harrison there to capitalize, and it's now a 2-point Raiders lead. Carrick set to kick it away. And the Raiders field the kick and take it across midfield. Dropped it about the 46-yard line. Luke Donahue on the return for the Raiders. So the Raiders will begin their drive. A huge possession coming up, looking to take a 2-possession lead are the Raiders. And we got a good one here, Nate. I had a feeling about this game.
Hey, you called it, even though you called it before all the injuries from Notre Dame. But still, definitely a well-played game and getting better by the moment for Caledonia.
Wade handoff to Thomas, fighting his way toward the line of scrimmage, able to gain about 1. And yeah, Nate, we have not seen Pulse Harrison back out there since,
Brought down by number 88.
I believe,
He was out there for one run, but
we've seen a heavy dose of Thomas here in this second half.
they both run well. It's like they'll get held to 1, get held to 2, and then they're able to get out for 7 or 8 on 1. So
Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Handoff to Thomas once again, breaking through. First down, Raiders.
Xavier Thomas surges ahead for another Raider first down.
So Raiders on the move once again, and it's what we saw from them last time, Nate, but a few penalties helped stall their drive. So got to make sure they play clean football here heading toward the end zone.
I mean, you got to think a score here by Caledonia would just be killer. Especially if they were to get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. This Notre Dame offense has looked like a shell of itself today, and much credit due to the Calmon Byron-Bergen defense. Wade off the edge, able to gain about 4. I'll tell you what, Nate, I know that he does a lot for this team, playing both ways, and you don't want to wear him down with a million carries, but he seems to gain about 4 yards every time he touches it.
Yeah, he just seems like he's the best athlete out there.
And that's going to do it for this third quarter. Calmon Byron-Bergen on the move, already ahead by 2. Let us tell you about our sponsors. Once again, we're going to award the Casella Waste Player of the Game, near the end of this one. Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture. For 40 years, the Harding family has been here to help furnish homes with flooring, furniture, and bedding. At Harding's Attica Furniture, you are assured quality and professional service from the moment you are greeted. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Check out their website at www.empiretractor.com. Also, Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Also, George & Swede Sales and Service, established in 1983. George & Swede has been providing exceptional sales, rentals, parts, and service in the Western New York area for over 35 years. Also, Lathan Tree Service in Leroy since 1971. Lathan's mission has never changed: to provide top quality, value-based tree care for our customers. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, open for lunch and dinner. Sweet Betty's serves over 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, wine slushies, and homemade desserts. Also, be sure to check out Inside High School Sports every Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Batavia Daily News Facebook page. This week, we featured the Attica football team. Also, be sure to log on to the dailynewsonline.com as well as the LCN.com for all pregame and postgame coverage of fall 2 high school sports. I got to change that ad read, Nate. So here we go to begin the fourth quarter. Calmon Byron-Bergen on the move, music bumping as the Raider faithful hoping that their team can take a 2-possession lead here. Maybe a little Drake, Nate. A little Drake. What do you think?
I have never heard that before in my life.
Nate, not a Drake fan.
Don't even know who Drake is.
Pistol
Oh,
snap.
yes, I do. He's the Canadian.
High up to Wade. Pulls Harrison back into the game, but he's
Bobby Cole
shoved
Harrison's
back
up
for a
back
loss of about 1.
1 yard loss. So it'll be 3rd and 11.
So if I'm Calmon Byron-Bergen, Nate, I think for an hour after practice this week, I keep Wade in my center after, and I have them just snap like thousands of snaps.
Or maybe if you have another kid who can do it, have 2 centers out there doing it and see who can do it better. He's got to be a good blocker if he's still out there. Just struggling occasionally with those high snaps.
Yeah, thank God Wade is tall and can jump with the best of them. So we got a timeout called by Kel Mum as they were approaching the end of the play clock, I believe. So that's going to allow us to take a quick break here. 11:16 to go in the fourth quarter.
There we go.
All right, and here we go. 2-point Calmon lead. Inside Irish territory are the Raiders. Third down, another high snap. Wade goes up for it, comes down, now takes it himself. A big hit near the sideline.
Good pickup there on 3rd down.
Yes, a nice gain from Wade, about
Wade
7
on the
yards.
carry.
It's going to bring up 4th and 3.
23, Cody Henry.
Definitely a manageable 3rd down.
Looks like we got a little football game going on out here, Nate. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think that one's got the distance, though.
No, not a great throw there. So 10:40.
Big 4th down here for the Notre Dame defense.
4th and 4 coming up. Wade directing traffic, takes the snap. Good snap.
Good protection.
Threw it away, or was it tipped, Nate?
I don't know. I think that was just a bad throw, a poor throw. I don't want to say bad.
So the Raiders' drive stalls, and the Irish are going to take back over, trailing by 2.
Strangely enough, that was his worst throw of the game, and that was the best protection he's had all game.
Yeah.
So looks like he just rushed that one a little bit, maybe anticipating the pressure that he's seen all day. But big stop by the Notre Dame defense. And after that first drive, we have seen pretty much nothing out of this Notre Dame offense. A team that moved up and down the field at will last week.
McCulley, 4 wide, takes the snap, hands it to Warner. Off the edge, takes it ahead for a decent gain of about 7 yards.
Warner on the carry.
Definitely plenty of time here. No need for Notre Dame to rush at all. Still 10 minutes left in this game.
Notre Dame has not been able to move the ball quickly, so they're probably thankful for that. Their 1 touchdown drive, how much time do you think it took? About 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was at least 7. And a lot of different from last year. A lot of big plays last year, a lot of long plays. This year they kind of just methodically, like I said earlier, move it up and down the field, and down to about 5 seconds on the play clock.
And that's going to be a false start, I think. From my vantage point, that's a false start. Yep, and we have a discussion.
We are talking, so we're not sure. We got the obligatory pointing to each side. I believe they're going to say false start on Notre Dame.
Yeah,
but
false start on the Irish.
False start against the Irish.
I thought that was clear.
it looked clear to me too, but we also had a ref call an intentional grounding, which should have been a roughing the passer. So you never know. Like I said, everybody's rusty. Nobody's used to football in March.
It's week 2, Nate. Let's go.
Yeah. Get used to it. It's football in March.
So 9:25 remaining here. Time ticking away on the Irish, who trail by 2 after the safety on their last possession. McCulley flips it out to Zambito, makes the catch on the run now, fighting his way toward about the 35-yard line.
Not that 5 yards
Brought down by
back.
Capitelli.
Good play by Capitelli there to stop that from being a bigger play. Not sure how you don't feel the cold wind. A little brisk it's getting, at least in the shade.
Yes, that's for sure. I got my gloves on now, Nate.
Well, you're also soft, so it's not that
I
bad.
wouldn't say soft. I would say, what is it, warm-blooded, cold-blooded, warm-blooded?
We're in the 50s. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but we're in the shade and the wind's going a little bit. Handoff to Warner. Met near the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle made by Poles Harrison.
Wrapped up by 32, Bobby Poles Harrison.
He's shown a great deal of toughness this afternoon. A little bit banged up, but able to push through.
Coach Zambito didn't go for it on 4th down earlier. I'm going to bet he goes for it here.
Yeah, there's not many high school teams out there that won't go for it on 4th and 1, depending on where you are in the field, of course.
I mean, with an offense that hasn't been able to move the ball consistently, with under 8 minutes now to play. Taking a lot of time, though, to get this play in.
And this brings up a big 4th and 1.
10 seconds on the play clock. There's no way they get this off.
Play clock winding down. Notre Dame taking its sweet time, and the Irish are going to be forced to call a timeout. So let us tell you one more time about our sponsors. Sponsors a big part of what we do here at the Batavia Daily News.
long yard, but still 4th and 1. We have not, like I said earlier, have not seen much of Cody Henry on the offensive end, but he's a kid that's tough to bring down. And see, maybe if he's in there, they get the ball in there, get the ball in his hands.
And 1.
Tell you what, Nate, what a football name, Hike.
Hike?
Only thing better would be Hut. So here we go. McCulley, shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, takes it himself. He's got plenty of room to run. McCulley near the sideline, across the 50, near the 40. What a play call by this Notre Dame team. Completely caught the Raiders off guard. A huge gain on 4th down and a 1st and 10 coming up for the Irish.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a true read option or if that was the call the whole way. It looked like it happened pretty quickly. It looked like that was just meant to go McCulley the whole time. We've not seen that happen, like you said, all day. So great play call and definitely caught this Caledonia defense off guard.
Approaching 7:20 to go as the clock stops as he ran out of bounds, did McCulley. So Irish on the move now inside Raiders territory. McCulley barking out orders, empties the backfield. McCulley drops back, going deep. Warner overthrew him, and it looked like a golden opportunity at an interception, but the Raiders couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, it's a couple times it it didn't even look like Warner was looking for that ball until, he noticed that the Cal-Mum player was about to pick it off.
Looked like Ranowitz was there for the pick, and that's the second interception that Ranowitz has had go through his hands, and we talked about it. Not typically a football player, but putting himself in great position.
Yeah, that one was
here
a little. It looked like the other one he had right in his hands. That one was a little bit tougher, but still a great play on the ball.
McCulley tosses it out to Sanders Jr. near the sideline, fighting his way forward. But a 3rd and 5 coming up now.
Pass complete to number 5, Mark Sanders.
See if this Caledonia Mumford defense gets cracking on this play.
It'll be 3rd and 5.
It'll be a full moon if Notre Dame got a long touchdown here. Since they haven't scored.
It's really been a grind for this offense.
They've grinded out pretty much every yard.
McCulley under center. Raiders calling for an illegal formation. Looks like they're going to get it. McCulley gets it away, and that ball is batted down by Camden Reed. McCulley goes down hard.
McCulley's pass incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
That'll bring up a 4th down, or let's see if they take the penalty.
McCulley's slow to get up here. Oh, no, and McCulley's limping.
I believe Jimmy Fanar would be the backup for Notre Dame. Coming off a quality basketball
illegal
season.
Formation against the offense.
So
they declined it, so 4th down.
Illegal formation, 4th down coming up, about a 4th and 5. So 4th and 5 now.
Yeah, definitely a tough call there. If you want to take that penalty, make it 3rd and 10.
It'll be 4th and 5.
Or bring up 4th down, but I think you bring up 4th down as much as Caledonia's defense has played well in holding down this offense.
So here are the Irish, 4th and 5. Big play in this game, and a false start. Zambito left early, and the Irish are going to be set back to a 4th and 10 now. Will they punt it away this time?
I do not think they will. Where are they bringing that ball? Okay.
Yeah, so 4th and 10 coming up now. Irish moved back. And they are going to go for it.
See if Notre Dame can find a crack in this defense.
McCulley drops back. Flips it over to the near side to Warner, but it's broken up by Reed. Nice defense, Camden Reed, and the Raiders are going to take over near midfield already in the lead by 2.
A lot of pressure on McCauley there. Didn't really have much of a chance to do anything with the ball.
So a big drive coming up for Kelmum. They could potentially work all the time off the clock. But I think what you're looking to do here is get points and put the game away.
I think still with 6.5 left, trying to run clock is probably not your first goal, but definitely want to use some clock. Notre Dame's got 2 timeouts remaining. If you're Notre Dame, you're ripping at that ball as much as you can.
Wade takes the pistol snap, turns around, hands it off to Thomas, and he's knocked down by Story. A big hit delivered by Alonzo Story.
That was a nice stick there by Story. You'd like to see him wrap up, but
sometimes those slighter framed guys don't like to wrap up. They just like to deliver that blow with the shoulder.
Well, even as much as, you wrap them up for a second, give another guy to come over and try to rip at that ball. It seems like that's what Notre Dame's going to need here is a big turnover.
Wade, shotgun snap, hands it off to Poles Harrison. Taken down near the line of scrimmage, going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Big play coming up. Irish need a 3 and out.
Good work this drive by Notre Dame's defensive line.
Gain of 1, it'll be 3rd and 9.
We have seen good punting from Caledonia, so that definitely is going to play into this here. I believe the wind is at their back. It's hard to tell here in front of the press box, but
Wade steps back on the run, delivers it to Poles Harrison, knocked away.
Wade's pass intended for Mark Poles Harrison incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
There's a flag down behind the play.
Right at the line of scrimmage, usually that would be some sort of either a hold, you would think.
Legal man downfield on the Raiders.
I don't know. Knowing him, that could be his hold call.
And the Irish are going to decline the penalty.
Ref, I'm giving him heck.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 9 now for the Raiders, and it looks like they're going to punt it away.
Following the penalty,
I think this is clearly the right move in the lead. Your defense has been playing outstanding all day long.
And as good as he has been punting. Not exactly sure. I think that's number 3. I don't have a roster in front of me.
Scott Essig.
Another good one.
Gets away a good punt, and
Look
it
at
takes
the
a
roll.
Raiders bounce.
Look at the roll.
Out of bounds at the 4-yard line. What a punt from Scott
3,
Essig.
Scott
He's done a fantastic job kicking the ball here this afternoon.
He's Essig bucking for the player of the game from the punter position. What a punt. 96 yards for Notre Dame to go, 4:45, 2 timeouts.
You're not lying with the player of the game statement, Nate, because if you remember not long ago, that one booming punt sets up the safety.
Yeah.
And now the Irish are deep inside their own territory, and now a flag thrown during the stoppage here. What's going on here?
I don't know. They're looking at Notre Dame players like they did something. I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, we're too far away.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Irish, and we saw this last week, some late personal fouls on the Irish. Got to be level-headed here down the stretch.
Like I said, 2 important punts by Essig, but also, I believe his 4th excellent punt of the game.
So be sure to stay tuned. Time winding down here, 4:45 to go, but plenty left to be decided.
Long field to go.
It's a 1st and about 12 coming up as we have a timeout on the field. Notre Dame looking for the trainer Scott Roides on the jog. That's good form, Nate.
That is good for him. Look at him out there in the t-shirt. You're bundled up like it's the middle of January. He's out there in a t-shirt. Come on.
Yeah, I'm the smart one. Handoff, ball's out. Who's got it? Raiders believe that they do. And they do. Byron-Bergen knocks it out. Falls on it. And the Raiders are going to take over at the 2-yard line, looking to increase their lead. And an injured Raider down on the field. It's Poles Harrison, who is at the bottom of that pile. But wow, what a big play in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have a yard to pretty much ice this game, you would think, unless, obviously if they don't get the 2-point conversion, it's still only a 1-score game.
And Poles Harrison once again able to walk off. Notre Dame, costly errors here this afternoon.
Oh, and all set up by that punt, that brilliant punt.
I truly think the player of the game is between Essig and Poles Harrison, because his 2 completions set up that touchdown for the Raiders, and he came away with the safety.
Yeah, he has played well.
So I think those are our 2 finalists per se. Wade also has had a fantastic game, the interception, so maybe 3 finalists.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough choice.
So here's Thomas pumping up the crowd as the Raiders look to pound it into the end zone. A flag comes down. We're going to have delay of game called on the Raiders, a huge penalty. And the Raiders unhappy about that as
I just heard somebody say, "You control the clock." I'm not sure what that meant.
Byron-Bergen very, very dissatisfied with that delay of game call. So a huge penalty as they were really on the doorstep of the end zone and now 6 yards out. So the play call likely changes as you would have most likely seen a QB sneak, but Lord knows what we'll see now.
As we just heard, I just heard a Caledonia fan say, this guy could be working their advantages or, maybe run a couple more plays, run a little more clock.
Wade hands it off to Thomas, up the middle, stopped. Inside the 5, or at the 5.
And another flag.
And another flag is on the play.
And it looks like it's going to be called on the Irish.
Looks like Notre Dame is losing their cool here.
Looks like, yep.
Another unsportsmanlike
unsportsmanlike conduct on the Irish. Looked like it was on Joe Truer, as he was immediately removed after and chided a little bit by his coach.
He is a lot of emotions for him. I know he started his career in the Caledonia program.
Kelmum on the doorstep once again. Wade under center, takes the snap, pushing his way ahead toward the goal line.
Looks like he's going to be stopped just short, inside the 1.
Wade is stopped short. So Wade going to go back under center here. I'm not sure what the delay is here.
I think they're just taking time off.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Wade likely going to try the QB sneak. Goes low this time. Did the ball come out? The ball came out, but he was down before reaching the end zone. So let's bring up 3rd down now. Nate, do you even think about trying a field goal?
No.
Because I don't think Notre Dame's going to kick one to win.
Absolutely. Not even one part of me. Well, this is actually working into Caledonia's favor. It's working the clock down. You got 2 more plays to try to just shove it in there.
Wade on the sneak
That time
into
he's
the end zone, standing up for the touchdown. Kyle Wade scores for the Raiders. It's now an 8-point Kalmum lead, a big point after coming up here. Could
like
make
they
it a
will
2-possession
kick it.
game. Sorry about that, Nate.
Looks like they will kick it to make it a 2-possession game, so this is huge. Big kick.
And Essig will hold it. And I don't have number 6 on my roster. Kick is up.
That's not going to make
The
it.
kick is not close.
Kresche's kick
And it
is
remains
no
an
good.
8-point lead, so the window is open for the Irish to force overtime, trailing by 8 with 2:45 to go.
I believe that was a soccer player, Sebastian Kreske.
There you go. Thank you very much, Nate. As we tell you about Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business. Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Harding's Attica Furniture. For 40 years, the Harding family has been here to help furnish homes with flooring, furniture, and bedding. At Harding's Attica Furniture, you are assured quality and professional service from the moment you are greeted, whether it be on the phone or at the door. Financing available online or in the comfort of your own home. Or in the comfort of your home. Harding's Attica Furniture, turning houses and homes since 1973. Call today, 585-591-2353. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. So the kickoff going to the Irish. Fielded by Sanders Jr. Runs it out of bounds. And we tell you about Bubba's Landscape. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. Also, George and Swede Sales and Service is a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Established in 1983, George and Swede has been providing exceptional sales, rentals, parts, and service in the Western New York area for over 35 years. So 2:40 remaining here. And a timeout called by the Irish. It's going to allow us to tell you about our final 2 sponsors here. Lathan Tree Service since 1971. Lathan's mission has never changed, and that's to provide top quality, value-based tree care for our customers. Find out why thousands of customers have entrusted Lathan Tree Service by calling 585-768-2278 or finding them on the web at www.lathantree.com. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, open for lunch and dinner. Sweet Betty's serves over 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, wine slushies, and homemade desserts. Fish fries are on special every Wednesday and Friday through Lent. Italian Thursdays feature pasta specials, and every Saturday is steak night. Open every day except Tuesdays. Sweet Betty's is ready to serve you at 15 Main Street in Leroy. Call 585-502-6084 or log on to www.sweetbettys15main.com. So as Nate alluded to, definitely not what you want if you're the Irish with limited time, down by 8, calling a timeout before you even snap the ball on your drive.
That was their final timeout as well.
So Irish out of timeouts here, 2:40 to go, 8-point deficit.
We got a player changing jerseys. Didn't hear the whole explanation, but maybe blood on the jersey possibly.
Or perhaps a rip like we saw with Vanderhoof last night. Probably the only 2 options there. As Cody Henry is off on the sideline with his helmet off.
We have not seen him on offense much at all, really, that much. I mean, he's been out there, but.
McCulley, the shotgun snap.
This is not McCulley. This
Or
is
yes,
Jimmy
you're right,
Fanera.
Fanera. Apologies, as that ball is broken up by Cam Reed. So the Irish, they're walking wounded here to begin the game, and they've added to their injury report here in this
I
one.
believe I see McCulley over on the bench, on the bench in the middle, right around the 50-yard line.
As you saw him go down, and it appeared he had a leg injury. Not sure what happened with Henry, but two of the most important players for this Notre Dame team, both on the sideline here.
Like we said, they were wounded to begin with, and this is just, it's a tough thing to deal with when you get this many guys go down.
Fanera takes a snap, hands it to Warner. Off tackle, pushes ahead for just a few, where he's brought down by a number of Kalmon Byron-Bergen tacklers.
Wrapped up by a host of Raiders.
I don't know if Notre Dame really has time to huddle here. I mean, you're pretty much down. You're down to 2 minutes with no timeouts, and just under 70 yards to go. So
3rd and 6 coming up for the Irish. Fanera takes the snap, drops back, going deep, and it's picked off. Wade is there for his second interception of the game. Kyle Wade may have just sealed the game and player of the game honors with that interception.
I was just going to say that he took the player of the game away from the punter. You see a pair of crutches going over to the Notre Dame sideline. That's never a good sign.
Field, number 78, Max Wilson.
Max Wilson down in the field for the Raiders now.
I think pretty much all they have to do is kneel on it, and this one is over.
So with 1:30 to go, the interception from Wade, the finishing touch on what's going to be a Kalmon Byron-Bergen victory here over Notre Dame. Irish without timeouts. The Raiders are just going to have to kneel the ball, and that'll do it here from Hamilton Field. So Nate, if you could you bring up the Casella advertisement? We're going to award the player of the game to Kyle Wade. 2 interceptions, a great job on offense, and just all in all, a fantastic performance here from the Raiders, earning their first victory of the season.
Yeah, give them a lot of credit. Regardless, injuries are not on the other side of the ball. This Caledonia team played just exceptional football on both sides of the ball today. They did enough on offense, helped out with some good field position by Essex punting, and they made the plays on defense. Like I said, after that first drive from Notre Dame, this Notre Dame offense didn't do anything, and that's credit to Caledonia.
So a great job here this afternoon. Head coach Billy Donegan and his group about to put the cherry on top of this one. I'd like to remind you to tune in next week. More high school football coming up. We'll have the schedule out tomorrow to give you an idea of what will be broadcast next week. So the Raiders, victory formation here on their home turf. Wade takes the snap, a few steps back, takes the knee, and that's just about going to do it here for the Raiders. So, Nate, back to the drawing board if you're the Irish, especially with all those injuries. You may have to make some changes at key positions moving forward, and a defending champion with sectional title hopes once again. Definitely a disappointing and worrisome afternoon here for the Irish.
Yeah, obviously your starting quarterback's out. You have 2 starting linemen out.
Henry
is in on defense now. He was not in much on offense today, so
maybe he's dealing with something as well as Mark Sanders Jr. I don't think we've seen him at all on defense.
Not a lot, no, because McCulley was also playing safety today. So No, those aren't just injuries. Those are injuries to very important players on this team.
But I think you hinted at it already. No matter the injuries that Notre Dame was dealing with, the way that Byron-Bergen played today, if they can somehow bottle this and play this way the remainder of the season, this is a team that you could find in the sectional tournament.
Yeah, like I said, after that first drive from Notre Dame, it looked like Notre Dame was going to run away with this game. They stopped them easily after that turnover on the kickoff. They went right down the field, made it 8-0. After that, this game was all Caledonia. Mumford, Byron-Bergen.
There you go, Nate. So a great win for the Raiders, 16-8 over Notre Dame. I'd like to thank you for joining us. My name's Alex Braske, alongside Nate Ryder on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. Until next week, we'll see you
Final score,
next
Raiders
time.
16, Irish 8.
Is all this crap yours, tables and everything?
Yeah, you got to help me.